I actually wonder if anybody is in free flight. Let's see. I doubt it we're gonna see it, but all right, there's a build. I highly doubt we're gonna see anyone out in free flight, but let's see. Crossroads is a good map. And then save my changes. There is a ship down there. There's an F8. NPC citizen. Interesting. Yeah, dude, it did not want to save my ship. Well, that's annoying. Okay. I'll try one more free flight, but if we can't customize our ship, that's a bit painful. SPK. NPC citizen.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green. Missile lock.
And the reclaimer. And the reclaimer has PDCs now, huh? The Zorro in an arrow. Let's put on our playlist here. We get a good amount of we get a good amount of fights. I'll he definitely has attritions. So he got his loadouts to save. Yep. Attritions. Let's see if we can't get attritions on our loadout. I mean, we tried to set a loadout initially and it didn't work. Okay, we were running a stock laddie there. We got him close. I feel like we could have had him because it's so much more damage on the attrition, so much more. All right. You streamed that booty slapping? Alrighty. Finally got these on here. Still have default everything else though, so not gonna be super great without FRs. You can try and get them. We'll try really quick. Since I think hopefully now the weapons will save. Let's see. See if that saves. Yeah, I can make like one change. It's annoying. I think I'd rather have the guns than the... All right. Okay. Nope. See, look, it gave me back default components. Oh, well, it's not a huge deal. Looks like he's not very interested. Hey Ken, what's up? Yeah, one magging is sick. Let's turn off all the in-game music. There we go. A little bit less audio fuckery. Oh, he left too. We have one more shot here to try and find this a free flight that has them in it, and then we're gonna go into PU. Yeah, it's back at the SPK, so I don't think we'll find anything. I mean, his name is back again, but he's not in there. All of them must be asleep. So we can get one more fight of this guy before we go in. All right. I felt weird. I'm not coupled. Why did I feel weird? Hey, Pills, I'm doing okay. I had a decent day. We're gonna do one last fight here, and then gonna head into live. And this time we aren't going. Oh, sorry, we're not live. Sorry, into PU. We're not going to live at all. The stream. We'll stay in PTU. Yeah, we'll see. I think it'll be a couple more weeks, maybe. A lot of these current changes feel very undercooked. There he is. Want to see a fight? Yeah, we're gonna get one fight here, but free flight right now is mostly dead, so we're just gonna get one more and go for the road. I'm in the last wave. Yeah, that was fun, dude. Ooh, I'm not sure I like how these attritions feel. The Zoro's good. Yeah, the rate of fire is a little bit weird, huh? Wonder if I should fire it more like a cannon build, like. Yeah, hitting an arrow is hard with these things. Not necessarily because of velocity, but more just because you aren't really filling an airspace with it, right? You don't get that same spread or... Staggered mode might help. But this is our one and done build. These are our shields down here. I really hate these new decasts. You got a heavy advantage on me here. I really don't like these new FD casts. They are not particularly great for readability mid-fight. Ooh, got a decent few shots there. He's got advantage. Good fight. There's the arrow so bad. Yeah, it's a small ship. And it's got a lot of advantages, but it's still good.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Like, okay, its downside is it only has one shield, right? We also only have stock components. We'll punish that. I think that way more, yeah. Hey, Django. So, the next flight model, you need to stay. You won't be able to. You won't be able to basically keep the fight at distance, which is both. I don't know if I was doing it or if he was doing it. I'm not sure what he was referencing. I'm pretty sure he was talking about me. But basically, I couldn't let him stay close in the knife fight because the arrow simply outraced me, right? So like I kind of just trying to keep him in the mid range, and then when I keep him in the mid range, then he would also back out into long range. And so like I want to keep him between like 300 and like 500. That was my goal there, because that's where it can kind of be a bit of an aim trade, and the gliders with the extra shield should help with that, right? But if he goes above 600, then his small frame makes him really, really hard to hit, right? So this is why fighting the arrow in the gladius is a little spicy. Which, just to clarify, want to make something very clear. I didn't lose because of a ship choice. He's a good pilot. Okay? He's a great pilot. I'm not trying to excuse any sort of skill here. I'm just playing like the dynamics of arrow versus gladius right now. Okay, anyways. So the arrow is hard to hit at range because of how small it is. And up close, it outrates you. So you're really forced to try and keep it in a mid-range, and it's very difficult in the gladi. Especially against a pilot who's better than you. Which Lazaro is better than me. I'm okay to admit that. There we go. That might help, staggered firing. But you don't get better fighting people who are only worse than you. So either way, I appreciate him. My cat muted my mic. I'm host ass, but I do have the VJoy on, so my inputs are visual. How much of that wasn't being said? I really hope my explanation. Hold on, I guess I gotta check. How much of that was? But it's really good. 500. That was my goal there. That's where that was doing sort of skill here. I'm okay to admit that. Okay. We were only muted for a short time. Yeah, I am host ass, pedals, and head track. For your wedding anniversary tomorrow. May the 4th be with you all. Dude, congrats, man. That's awesome. I didn't listen to mute at all. Okay, good. Yeah, I just... My little kitty here, he's wanting attention, so he's all over my keyboard and on my audio interface, and he muted me for a second. Yeah, once again, just to clarify, like, I will never say I'm the best fighter pilot ever in the world. I'll take fights from anyone, but I am in the realm of high-end PvP players. I'm like mid-range, I'm a journeyman. So there's plenty of people who will beat me, but that's how you learn, right? Especially when you get them in the voice chat. Do I roll on pedals? So I don't. I use the Avenger 1 flight setup. I've been using it for years. I probably should roll on pedals, but I refuse to have throttle on my left stick. I refuse. So I have forward and back on my pedals. I have roll on my left hand twist. I have strafe up, down on my Y, left, right on my X, and then my right stick is pure aim. It's just yaw and pitch and nothing on the twist axes. All my right stick does is point my nose at that bit. But rolls I probably should have on. Why am I back in Microtech? I know, dude. Yeah. I'll do a... I will do a roll on pedals if I get pedals with toe brakes, so I can have the actual rudder be my rolls and the toe brakes be my throttle. I refuse to put throttle on my left stick. It ain't for me. I've tried. Yeah, I have rolls and twists too. I don't care if they're not the most immersive. Yeah, I don't know. Just I absolutely refuse to put any throttle on that stick, because throttle on a stick or on a throttle is really more for when you're doing sustained stuff. Because I fly decoupled, I almost never really want sustained, or if I do, I don't need it to be super high fidelity at like 50%, 30%, 20%. Even if I do, I'll be able to find it in the pedals. But pedals are really good for very quick taps. They have a very quick response back. Alrighty. So let's see, what do we need to do to get TSGs? Is that just Foxwell? I know, it's every time it gets me, dude. Yeah. So it's kind of obvious what CIG is thinking for big ships to counter LS now. They mentioned flak will be the answer. It sucks so latency more for the turreting. I mean, flak can work fine if they do it right. It's just what matters is how they implement it, right? Abandoned Idris just up there. That's cool.
Hi, and thank you for visiting New Babbage.
No wonder everyone's frames suck. You know, flag can work. They're going to need to tune it. Because what you're going to get is you're going to get an interesting problem. First thing is like okay, what will its alpha damage be? Will it be able to damage the heavy fighters? Yada 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 yada. Anyways, if it can, okay, where does it stop? Does it stop at Paladin? Because that's really bad if it stops at Paladin. If it stops at that, I'm like, I don't think it's going to be flak PDCs. Did they say flak PDCs? Because flak PDCs would be wild. Also, only thing I'll ask was that that wasn't from Aaron Roberts' mouth, right? Just because I think he said a lot of stuff that has never really come true. Wait, I'm fighting a hammerhead? This is a 40k mission. This is the ambush of Strike Wing. We've lost the plot, CIG. I don't think I can take on a hammerhead solo with the range changes. You used to be able to, but you can't range kite with the new radars. Okay, hold on. Gonna suck. See what we can do with a max powered radar. I was surprised to get hammered for a 40k mission. Yeah, right? It's like, excuse you? Like, what? We'll see. We've got attritions. We've maxed out our frickin' radar. But we're in a Gladius, and we have stock components aside from our guns. So I don't think this goes very well.
Earn your credits. Keep a lookout.
How's it going, Core? Good to see you again, bud. See, the issue with saying, oh, flak will solve light fighter meta is, okay, even if flak cannons are incredibly effective, right? It doesn't solve the flight issues that large ships have, and it's just going to move it up to the next tier, where flak won't be effective, or it's going to mean you have to have turrets or PDCs that are only set up in that way. Now, if it's PDCs, then there's actually less of an issue, and it's probably more effective. If it's flak turrets, then you're giving up a turret that can damage another ship, and which is usually more efficient. All right, let's deal with his wing out here. Come on, Eric. What are you doing? What was that I just saw? Does he have Perseus? Is it on our side? That'd be great. Perseus absolutely butt fucks a hammerhead. Sounds are great. Whoa, we immediately lost something there. Oh, it's because the hammerhead's on us, that's why. The hammerhead joined us fighting these guys and staying in his own fight. Okay, no, we're okay. We're okay, we just lost the stabilizer. Calling it vertical is a bit of a misnomer, though. Yeah, that's why we got deleted. The hammerhead showed up. And it's still showing up. We can one mag this guy before we get caught. Nope, we can't. Oh, that's the wrong keybind because of freaking BTU. Can I get a kill? There we go. All right, all right, all right. Move, move, move. try and use some of this terrain to our advantage here.
Crap. We can't afford to lose anyone else.
Arrow, okay. Come to puppy.
That's gonna leave a mark.
So you have to push around. Hammerhead's here.
Shields under fire.
Shit, we lost one of our own.
Jesus. Okay, all right. I think the other arrow crashed. I'm only seeing one target on sensors. Just a hammerhead.
Where are you? Help me!
I don't know how we're gonna really do this. If I'm gonna be real with you. There's John Crew. Okay. Well, John Crew we can trust. Although I'm so mad at him for making the Firebird, we can trust. Ironclad has no value. Major disappointment. What?
Shields under fire.
I have to ask what that guy means. I need to know what he means by the Ironclad has no value. Or is he just mad that the cargo bay won't have carrier options? Okay, so it is PDCs. So, okay. That hurts.
You're killing me!
Let's see if we can't... Hey, dude, even with max pips reading a 1k pip? No. Hold on. I'd rather have shields. I'd rather have shields. If it gave us like a 1.8k, that'd be something doable. Give me shields back, please. I really hate these default coolers, man. Fine.
Ah, shit the bed! Major engines.
Yeah, I already fucking put the cooler back in. Why is he flying back away? How was free flight for refueling? It was empty. There's only one other pilot in there. And I couldn't get any of my stuff to work. I couldn't get a ship built to go. Can't believe this is a hammerhead on a 40k mission, guys. What the fuck are we doing here? I hate these new MFDs so much. Yeah, nope, this ain't working. I'm not trying to corkscrew, I'm trying to circle strafe. But either way, we can't really range kite the hammerhead anymore because the pip changes. Which is not saying it's a bad thing in general, just saying why is there a hammerhead on a 40k mission? I know the corkscrew. That's a corkscrew. But I appreciate it anyways. I'm just a little salty about this mission.
Shields under fire.
I don't know. I wasn't following its changes. Oh, oh. Oh, and hit the rock. That will happen. That will happen. Stationary objects in space have killed me more than anything else in the game. So you're Lazaro then, Senior? Well, I apologize for the attitude there. I was just kind of salty that I took out a 40k mission and got a hammerhead. Gotcha, man. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not sure how well these Xenothrop missions are gonna hit. Total shield HP was 47%, yeah. Yeah, the arrow might be able to do it, just because it does have a more efficient dodge because of its size. But at the same time, like, I mean, you get caught in there at all, you're gonna feel that lack of their shield. I've also been able to range kite hammerheads in the past, but I haven't been able to successfully do it since they lowered the range envelopes. It was a little bit more effective there because they did drop the projectile velocity of those rhinos, so we actually did get some shots done. I'll get you, man. Oh, the lag in New Babbage. There we go. Oh my god, dude. Frame rate decided it was gonna take the rest of the night off, I suppose. Jesus. Alrighty. I think it's been too hard on the armor changes. I think the armor changes themselves are totally fine. Maybe a little too hard. I just think now what they need to do is bring weapon alphas back into appropriate ranges. Especially the armor value decreases I greatly appreciate, because lower TTK is always better. But well, to an extent, of course. But I think why they did it was because they realized with their new claim system there were lots of ships that couldn't damage their own default variant. Well, yeah, attrition's being meta is more so the change. That has nothing to do with the armor change, Django. That's the velocity change. Attrition's already could damage every ship in the game. Hold on. SP viewer. Will that load up while we're coming into the spaceport? All right, so if we go back to 472, we go to items. Yeah, 472. Hardpoint weapons, right? We go to size 3. Attritions. They already did 134 alpha energy. And if we open a new tab, that is the Idris M. Once again, we're on 472. Okay. 139, but there's a 20% debuff, so this could still damage it, right? Because you get 20% more damage. So, the attritions could always damage every ship in the game. Why they were trash before was because of their velocity. They only did 1,000 meters per second. So that means you're only hitting shots at 500, and then you only ever really, like, actually hitting all your shots at 250. So they just simply did not have the velocity to apply damage. You switch over to 4.8 though. Go to size 3. Attritions now have 1480, which is the highest speed available in the class. They didn't change any other stat though, so it's still can damage everything. So attritions now have the same projectile velocity as Panthers. So that would have done the same effect, Shingo. That would have had the exact same effect of removing armor, but now people don't even have to go and get a new loadout. Plus, there are ships that have the smoke weapons, right?
Okay, it was great.
The Alpha Gate is the only design they have, though, right? You can't size gate anymore. They've ruined that by putting size 4 on fighters. The Alpha Gate can work. They just need to now balance around the Alpha Gate.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been. Your vehicle. Please visit.
It's like all of these changes on their own are actually good ideas. Unifying weapon velocity is a great idea. Lowering armor and lowering the TTK is a great idea. Making sure fighters can damage heavy fighters by default, that's a great idea. People are gonna be salty, but that's a great idea. Heavy fighters should not be immune to a light fighter. Now, there are ships that should be immune to a light fighter. And they also should be immune to themselves. And so, but just when you throw all these changes in at once, without doing any of the nitty-gritty balancing under it, which I'm not saying they haven't done any balancing, I'm just saying they certainly decided to look at the NNs that were meta and say, fuck them. They gave them 750 velocity. They decided to make sure nobody used NNs ever again. Hey, Yellow Zoro. Take these, man. I got you, bud.
Aegis command system. Systems green.
Alrighty. Why is there like oh, it's because the scroll wheel's buds. That's why. Let's try this mission out. All I can think of is further damage reduction for armor. Pointless now? Well, it's only pointless now because they didn't change in alpha values, right? And let's be real here. Let's be real here. Armor still adds a huge amount of health to a ship, which I don't like, but it does. The changes are definitely underbaked. But for example, if we take away the attritions and the high damage stuff, it's not so bad. It really isn't. Now, they definitely went a little overboard, which I agree with, because I think the CFs need to cap out sooner than they do. I know that they go all the way up to a 600i, which I think is a little bit much. I've made my stance very clear. I think the CF should go up to the commies. But, if these patches do go to live, I will enjoy them. I won't say they're good for the game, but I will enjoy them. Because attritions plus these new armor metas do give back that old time to kill. I love one magging a fighter. Well, I honestly doubt we're gonna see them all the way in live. I think come Tuesday. I think come Tuesday we're seeing a different balancing. I really don't think we're seeing this push to live. Oh yeah, it's way better than TTK than 4.7 is, yeah. And like, for example, in a weird way, just to say it, you know, since you say it's pointless, which I get the sentiment, but PDCs are still fucked right now. PDCs still can't damage, even with the armor reductions, anything larger than a light fighter. So like what we were doing with the Meteor the other night, that's still 100% possible. So cap ships are now just even more borked. Like, everyone's acting like what 4.7 did ended light fighter meta, like, especially on my video talking about it. It never did. All it did was remove CFs from the meta. Fighters were still by and far the premium combat resource in any fight. I think a lot of people like, oh, got put on a weird trajectory there for a second there. God, the desync is lag right now is wild. Well, I thought PCs were just missiles. Okay. Yes, they're supposed to be for missiles, but because they worked against fighters, and because they worked against any ship early, you know, before armor, they were the only thing making capital ships viable, like bar none. Ooh, that's a nice scalpel skin. Because you could fly them, have a passive high velocity, high accuracy stream of fire that would apply pressure to fighters around you. Okay? You couldn't just sit there and abuse LFM, because think of it this way: the Idris and the Polaris and even the Perseus have terrible turret arcs for point defense. They actually do. Idris has almost all of his turrets on the top side. And with how quick you can kill turrets, especially with a ship like the Meteor, you know, you could still easily, you know, declaw them if they didn't have that screen. That screen is what made them viable. That screen is what gave them presence on the battlefield. So, intended or not, that is the only reason solo cap ships are were ever good. It wasn't shield, it wasn't armor, it wasn't any of that. Because we saw with the reality of armor is armor didn't actually fucking change anything. All it did was make the TTK atrociously long. And so yeah, the biggest thing that happened with armor was now you could in a medium fighter or a heavy fighter which had the actual like you know, firepower to sit there and apply damage to these ships. You can now sit there and totally safe, and they didn't have turret gunners. You could just lay into them. Even if they did, if you have numbers, you just focus those turrets first, right? Thoughts on the Inferno? Should be great. It's terrible. Should be amazing. It should be absolutely incredible right now. It's terrible. The Meteor is everything the Ares Starfighter should be. It's fast. It's got a unique playstyle. It has primary weapons that can one-tap ships' power plants if fired in the correct spot. I'm really upset that the Meteor is so good and the Inferno is so bad. Because I love the Ares. I think it looks incredible. I think they look very, very cool. And I would like to use my Ares more. Yes, this is one of the flight suits. Why Ion is considered great? Ion is not considered great. Ion is better, but not great.
Engines on high. Launch complete.
So the answer to that is just the ballistic Gatling is just underwhelming. But so is the Ion. The Ion just has unlimited ammo and does good work against shields, right? I really don't like these new MFT casts, and I especially don't like them when I fly them with my preferred HUD, which is where they don't cast them down here, because you just really can't see your shield status. The scaling's all wrong for these screens. They look nice when you're looking at the model of the ship, but for usability in a fight, they're pretty bad. Really, the entire Ares Starfighter line needs an insane buff. They should be fast. If their weapons are slow, if they're slow, their weapons should be fast, right? The Ion is better because you can use it to get down the large shield pools of capital ships. And it is a decent job of shipping armor. But the Meteor simply outclasses it in every category. I don't know what's the scariest thing in the battlefield. They should definitely be a major threat. They should be like how the Eclipse used to be, right? Where you see an Eclipse and you go, okay, fighter screen, deal with him now, right? Outside of capital size? Nope, attritions are 1480, which is the highest velocity in the game for their size now. Backing up my source, Here we go, over to spviewer.com. Right here, we are on the 4.8 branch. Take a look at the attrition 3. 1480, exact same velocity as the CFs now. which have also been reduced down. This is the highest speed class in size 3. Attritions can damage every ship in the game. They've got a decent fire rate, and they've got pretty damn good DPS. You can get them anywhere. Welcome attrition meta. We're back to 4.3, baby. I'm not even joking. That with the armor HP pool reduction of 20%, plus now you can damage any ship in the game, armor or no. Time to kill is genuinely back down to 4.3, which I like. I like that time to kill is low. I would still like armor and ship rolls to be a thing though. Do you think Light Fighter meta will be the same or have some new ships? Do you know what Light Fighter meta actually is, Luis? I'm not trying to talk shit. Light Fighter meta isn't only fly light fighters. Light Fighter meta is a term used for a systemic problem. Whereas given 2 skilled pilots fighting each other, 2 skilled pilots, so not talking about noobs, in a fight, the smaller ship will always have the advantage. Light Fighter meta applies to anything. It was coined as Light Fighter meta initially because that's where, of course, where it's first noticed and where it's most prevalent, because usually you don't have snubs in the battlefield. But if you add snubs in, if you add Furies in or Archimedes in, yeah, we would call it snub fighter meta. Unironically, those ships are incredible, right? So it's based on the nature of how in master modes and in the previous flight models and how they've balanced how ships fly. Everything flies like a Gladius, and this is an interceptor, which is everything flies like a Buccaneer, only worse. This is true from the... I mean, I can just show you. I can back up my claims, right? So here is a... We're going to go to compare here. We're going to pull out a Gladius. Okay. We're going to go to the summary chart. This right here, this side that has the dotted line around it, this is how a ship flies, okay? So this is saying the solid section is how it is in SEM mode. The dotted section is how it is in boost. Okay, look at this shape. Now I'm going to bring in another ship in blue. This is going to be the Anvil Hurricane, the heavy fighter. What do you notice? It's the same shape, lower stats. And this is true pretty much up and across the board. Now, there are always exceptions and things that do fly slightly differently, but in terms of broad strokes, this is how CIG balances their game. Your ship gets bigger, you get less stats. So, especially with now, armor really failing to ever actually stop anything, this applies to a Idris versus a Perseus. This applies to a Polaris versus a Paladin. Okay? Light fighter meta means in a fight, given equal numbers and equal skill, not no skill, equal skill, the light ship has a massive advantage, because it will always be more advantageous to not get shot and deal less damage than to get shot a lot and deal no damage because you can't hit the thing. As ballistics fair, yeah, they sadly still suck. You know what? You're right, Django. I have a bit of an attitude tonight. I don't know why. I've had a good day, but I'm a little bit spicy tonight. So, what CIG needs to do, and they have declared intent to do this, is they need to give unique flight profiles to more ships. Okay? So right now, it's okay, I like the spice, yeah. I'm still, like, I'm coming in a little hot. But, like, so many people, especially on my video where I said, hey, I think individually these are good changes, called me out as being part of the Light Fighter Mafia and wanting light fighters to stay on top. No, I don't. I want more ships to fight. I want more interesting and dynamic, battlefields. I've flown and fought in the same ships for years, okay? So... But to do that, to achieve that, we need to understand why light fighter meta happens. Okay? And once again, light fighter meta has never just meant light fighters win everything. It's always meant the smaller ship in engagement has the advantage. Right? So like for example, if we change out our Gladius for the Paladin. Here we go, Anvil Paladin. All right, so this does have a different flight shape, but now we go down to, let's do the Idris. Look at that. Look at how dominant the Paladin's performance is over the Idris. And what does the Idris have that can really hurt the Paladin? It has the railgun. This can outfly a railgun. Look at the speed differences. Boosted, dude, no chance, right? You get a Paladin with the right loadout. You get into the rear arc of an Idris, you win that fight every time, even against a crude Idris. I mean, yes and no. Ballistics are more viable than they were, but they still kind of fall flat and then outside of being able to damage the heavy fighter through shields, at least on the size 3 category that I checked, which to me kind of puts them in the same category of where CFs were. But I do need more testing, I suppose. Yeah, racing ships for a while were actually quite meta, especially the M50. Then CIG saw that and said that's not what we want, and they nerfed the M50 exclusively to the ground. So now the Razor is really good. Shields still lower damage and ballistics than armor penetration is a binary yes no thing since they changed it. So overall, still deal less damage than energy weapons now. Yeah, the Razor is very good. The Stealth Razor is one of my favorite ships in the game. Yeah, Razor fan club here. Anyways, do I think there'd be new meta ships? No. All the ships that were buffed in 4.7 are still good. Yes, even the heavy fighters. Now, the heavy fighters could suffer a bit from projectile velocity, but in the role that I would deploy heavy fighters, they're still doing great, and that is once again anti-capital duties, because they get to sit in that PDC screen and apply DPS. The Guardian QI is very valuable. So is the MX. Once again, guys, like a high TTK isn't necessarily a buff to a heavy fighter, because unless you are a heavy fighter ace, it's very hard to convert that long time to die to a win. And to be a heavy fighter ace, you first need to master light fighters. Like, you can't just only fly heavy fighters, never put in any time in the light or learn how they fly and do well, right? Because you need to be able to use their own maneuvers against them. You need to be able to use how they like to fly against them to stay alive. Otherwise, you just die because you are outstatted, right?
Scans are clean.
We're about to get 7 new ships. Oh, dude, I know, right? Good to see you again, Journeyman John, by the way. Guys, everyone, Journeyman John is another YouTuber. He's better than I am, so please go check out his channel. He's got great gameplay stuff. He has an awesome Discord where if you want to learn to fly better, you can go there and learn to fly better. He's a really cool guy, really good guy. Please check out his channel. Please check out his channel if you haven't seen him before. I jumped past the beacon. Oops. Man, this sucks. Okay, let's see if we can lock on. There we go. Like, selfishly, Journey, this is really fun. Like, I really like the time to kill with attritions. And I actually think 1480 still feels decent enough to fight with. And I think it would be a very fun meta. I just don't think it's good for the long-term health of the game, and I doubt we're gonna see it hit live. Like, if it does go to live, we're not seeing it for more than, we're not gonna have it for more than 1 month.
Quantum travel complete.
Looks like you're ready for a security sweep. You should be seeing waypoints. Make your way to each one. We'll see.
Shields online.
I really need to be on top of it.
Okay, that satellite's good. Clear to proceed.
Shields offline.
Let's move on.
Shields online.
Yeah? Well, if you have any questions about SC, I'd be happy to answer them. So, I do sort of come from a PvP mindset. I am a primarily PvP player, PvP fighter pilot. Not one of the best ones, just an enjoyer. So, I look at the game through a more critical lens than a lot of the people who don't try to play the game to a high level, because it's an alpha. There's a lot of issues with playing the game at a high level. There are a lot of really cool ships that are not very good at all, and that's always very sad.
Shields online.
Looks like a monitoring satellite. Seems functional, so we can let it be. Alright, that was the last.
How did your weekend treat you, Duke?
Clear here.
Shields offline.
Alrighty.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
Can I, or am I still in the Calliope? It's still Calliope. Okay.
Initiated. Quantum travel complete.
An accurate beacon?
Quantum travel complete.
Alrighty.
Initiated.
Let's get some fights this time. So far I've shot one guy in this mission. That's not even gonna be the right one, is it? Yeah, I think this waypoint's bugged, which is frustrating. Because that's 40 GM is quite the ways away. Star Citizen. Is there another mission we'd rather do? I mean, the Xenothreat ones are annoying. Or just simply let you target them like they're a ship and cycle through them. Like if I could target jump markers like they were ships and use my targeting cycling left and right back to go through them, that would work. But the thing is they're not going to fix any of the quantum system. Yeah, that tracks. Literally see the area out there. We just don't have a beacon for it, so we will just fly. Honestly though, that like really tracks. The server system has so many kind of weird UI decisions and things, and I guess I can see why they wouldn't want them initially, because they wanted to have a very tactile and in-universe thing. They didn't want a traditional UI. But damn. But damn. Maybe initially budget-wise, I can't see it anymore. $1 billion game. Every year is more profitable than the last. Not saying it doesn't deserve it. I mean, I do love this game, but also it has major issues. So basically another 3 minutes we'll be there. How did everyone's weekend go? Sorry, but anyone who buys an Odin with a game in this state is a grade A certified goober. Fair. That's nervously in Praetorian, right? I think the Odin's gonna be really cool. I don't think it's gonna be worth 4 or 5 grand. Dropping it in to drop a lurk, mute and weeb out on some mega fucking anime. Appreciate you, Sheriff. Have a good one, my guy. Oh, is the Grimhex elevator broken? That's a shame. Somewhere there should be Microtech too. There it is. Yeah, so this was the site that we just didn't have a marker to it. Thanks, CIG.
Shields online.
Is it bugged now still? I like that new sound effect we turn on lamp. That's really cool. Yeah, no, this mission is just broken. We flew all that way over here to an actual mission site, and it won't spawn. Kinda wanna go about the free flight.
Quantum travel initiated.
Kinda wanna go about the free flight, chat. I know there's no one in there. Ugh. I mean, we've only been live for an hour and a half, but I'm kind of like, what do I do? There's a bounty on Microtech space.
Saw that you're picking up another bounty. Good luck with this one.
Quantum travel initiated.
Let's see it.
Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
He's up there, interesting. Wonder what ship he's in. Probably gonna be an Idris or something, knowing how bounties work. Did you just get off the game? Ah, damn it. I don't know. I think I might just go play Crimson Desert, guys. I wanted to enjoy some stuff tonight, but the missions were breaking. They sent me a hamster, a hammerhead in a 40k mission. And I don't really feel like just flying around and buying attritions for everything right now. It's late. It's work night. I think I'm just gonna call it a little early. But thanks guys for coming by and watching. I appreciate y'all. And I'll catch you later. Sorry for the short stream. Sorry for the bad stream. I had a lot of attitude today. I'll try and work on that. Peace.